Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Colorbar. I'm Kim Updike, here with Betsy Davis from Sandy Alexander.
Hello everybody.
Great
Welcome
to
back.
see you.
Thank you so much.
Very good to see you. So I'm very excited about today's episode. So excited about today's episode.
We keep saying that these are our people.
These are our people. These are our people. So we are here today with the founders of Caire Beauty, Lorrie King and Celeste Lee. And just super excited about well, I'm always excited about entrepreneurs and emerging brands and new products and development and all the science and the creativity and the marketing that goes into building products and brands. So not only am I excited about that, but I'm just super excited about their product and that I'm the targeted audience. So
we are finally a target audience.
I'm so.
And listen, Celeste, I know we haven't even let you guys say hello, but
Right.
I am going to make Celeste talk about the Mrs. Marvelous Menopause event. I mean, I'm going to sign up at some point because I am living this life right now, whether I like it or not. So without further ado, let's introduce everybody to Lorrie King and Celeste Lee. Ladies, welcome to Colorbar. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much.
So we want to kick it off. So we've talked a little bit about Caire Beauty, and there's obviously a targeted audience of women at that pre, post, and menopausal stages. Again, speaking to us directly, but really kind of want to kick off the conversation with you two, just giving us a little insight into how Caire started 5 years ago and just the thought process behind the brand and the product, and we'll kind of kick it off from there.
Sure. I'll start out just by talking about how Celeste and I originally sort of came together. We're longtime friends, introduced by a mutual classmate of hers from undergrad and mine from my master's from grad school. And we came together really always interested in exploring things in beauty. I've had a long time beauty career, and Celeste would occasionally pop into some of the beauty events. And she was like, Lorrie, what are you doing here? And I was like, Celeste, what are you doing here? And that's when our sort of, weekly cocktail hours started. And during some of those times, we would brainstorm ideas, and I always say, and Celeste never remembers this, I always say, I remember when luggage didn't have wheels, and I know we needed to have wheels on luggage, and look how much money they're all making. We have ideas. And so Caire Beauty came to be because we both always we were both getting these questions from our friends about their dark circles, their eye bags. And this was all happening, in your late 30s, early 40s. And I had been a YSL or Yves Saint Laurent makeup artist at Bloomingdale's. And I would always use the Touche Éclat concealer. And I said, Celeste, there's got to be something better. We've got to be able to do something. And then they come out with all of these things that you can put on under your eye that flatten them. But they're like minerals, right? Like hard minerals that dry on your face, and you can feel it like it's a mask.
Preach.
So Celeste,
preach.
just great, right? So when you see those commercials on TV where all those people who are over like 70 and 80 are like flattening their eyes, it's because it's physically being flattened by something. So Celeste, I met these amazing scientists. I said, Celeste, we have got to sit and talk with them. They're actually had helped me with something in my prior company. And Celeste and I said, let's talk to them. And that was where the real insight came in. And I'll let Celeste sort of talk about sort of how that piece of the company came together. And then we'll sort of jump in between each other.
So let's talk a little bit about, I was thinking we started this conversation saying that we love talking about emerging brands. Do you guys consider yourselves still an emerging brand 5 years later? Yeah.
I've got it here with me in the
Uh,
car.
I love it.
Love it. Yes.
There's the product spot right there.
Love that.
We
Yes.
are an emerging brand, and it's because the gestation was long. We are entrepreneurs, and while we've raised a little bit of money, and we've had some great accolades from Black Ambition, Pharrell Williams, for example, and from one of the smaller but more important New York City business accelerators. The fact of the matter is, our product lineup, which includes 3 very comprehensive complementary products that really do work in a multifaceted way to address the changes caused by skin cell production. So everything from loss of firmness to wrinkles to ocular skin change. We actually had to file for a patent, and it took, filing for a patent.
It's
It's
not
expensive
easy.
in the United States. It's like $1 zillion. Okay, it's not $1 zillion, but almost $1 zillion. And so we don't think that we fully launched as a brand until 2023. So when you look at it from that's when we got our packaging together. That's when we filed for our patent, and everything was coming together beautifully. Got the Oprah Daily Award. We started to go into retail. So we do think of ourselves as still fairly new.
I did a sensitivity analysis on all of our customer reviews that we've had, our hundreds of reviews, and over 50% of women use the word love in our products. That to me says it all. They unprompted use it. And that means that there's something significant going on with how all products work versus other products.
I'm going to interrupt you and quote you in an article that I read. The emotional connection, and it's core to how you create a brand that women want. And when you just said that 50% of the people are saying love, that's the emotional connection that you're speaking about.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the brands that I've worked on, and you might have seen it recently, I've worked on everything such as Elizabeth Taylor, Halle Berry, Smeagol, and Kamala Simmons, and others. Fragrance is one of the most difficult categories to market, and Celeste has also worked in this category, the largest fragrance and flavors company in the world. Fragrance is so emotive. It's something that you are drawn to through the scent, but really through the emotion of it. If you do a blind test of Chanel No. 5, it will always fail against any other fragrance. So there is a huge emotional connection that is embodied in what that brand is. And Caire, and Celeste is the one who made Caire. It's an anagram. It means I care. It means we care for the individual woman. That part of the emotional connection is just as important as the quality of our products.
Kim and I were talking about this morning. I was like, did you read about what the eye? So go a little bit deeper into that, because I love that you guys talk about the fabulous eyes that make up.
Yeah, Celeste
woman.
can talk to this because she came up with it.
I know it was literally an eye. It was a moment of inspiration. But what it is we were struggling with coming up with a name. We thought about like King and Lee. Everybody co-founders oftentimes use their last names, but it just seemed like there was a lot of brands out there that were doing that, and we didn't want to be like everybody else. We wanted our brand to actually symbolize the product itself, and we were thinking about, what are we trying to do? What we're trying to do is to be able to help women self-care for themselves at a time of life when they need it more than ever.
Mhm.
And self-care is I care. And I all of a sudden I saw care in a different light, and I put the I in the middle because it's about you. You should be first, right? The I in Caire stands for independence, integrity, intelligence, all the I's. Whatever you want it to be, really. There's no right or wrong here. But it really has to do with women not feeling suppressed or invisible. That's one of these horrible eyes that comes up when you turn 40 and 50. Women literally commonly say, and we see it in our own focus groups, that they start to feel invisible. They're no longer the young beauty on the block. Maybe they're married, maybe they've had kids, maybe they've had a full career, and they're not rising up as quickly as they once did up the ladder. And all these things are very real. Nobody wants to talk about it in relation to themselves. It's really very hard because it's an acknowledgement that your life is changing, that you're in a different era. But the point that we wanted to make is, okay, it's hard to embrace it, but it's okay to embrace it, and you should want to, because that's the first step. Yeah, it's the first step.
It's the first step in like a great next chapter, whatever you want that to look like.
Exactly.
I had a conversation with myself the other morning on a walk, and I was like, you know what? There are seasons for a reason, and I'm going through a different season, and but that just means change, and change is good, and
That's
so
right. That's
yeah,
right.
it's time to embrace it.
We just released on the Kindle store the book called The Pro-Age Playbook and Thriving and Surviving Menopause Madness. And the reason that we decided to do this is because we really want to stand for the anti-aging, and that's called pro-aging. So we as women should look at aging as something that we're not getting old, and you'll see my video about that later this week. We're not getting old. We are just getting grander. We're getting wiser.
Yes.
We have all this knowledge, and therefore we should be more joyful in this period of our lives, because a lot of times we're raising our kids in the final years before they go to college, or they're already off to college. We are now we've gotten high up in our careers, and then all of a sudden we have this hormone decline that affects us. It affects our brain. It affects down there. It affects our skin. It affects so many things, and we think we're going crazy. Our hair.
I think I'm going crazy. I literally said this the other. I'm like, I want to feel like Betsy again. Like, I'm going crazy. So it's like, thank God I'm not on an island alone.
Celeste can talk to you a little bit about some of those things, and a little bit about what HRT is versus not HRT, and some of the discussions around that. And she can answer some of those questions because there's so much controversy, and there's still doctors in this country who do not recommend it, where it should be recommended.
We could probably talk an hour about that alone another
I mean, I was about to say, we're going to have you guys on Colorbar about 17 more times to get through all of these great conversations.
This is a great conversation.
I do want to have an opportunity, though, like you guys have talked about the dermatologist and other places. Where can we find care? Obviously, I'm online, but talk to me a little bit about the journey of getting it in store. We talk about people trying to get in store again and get offline. And so what's that journey been like? Getting into the wild?
It's a very difficult journey, right?
Great question. Listen, we're back to omni-channel retail in the post-COVID era. That's for sure.
Yes.
So we launched right after COVID in a test launch, and obviously we were direct to consumer. We're very proud of that at cairebeauty.com. With the I in the middle, CAIRA beauty.com is a very easy way of getting care. But let's be honest, in the beauty world and in the food world and other, even with clothes, you want to try things on. You want to know how it's going to work for you. So we're in a number of independent beauty boutiques, ILEA and Dela in New York and so on.
No, Dahlia. You got it.
Dahlia. One of the bigger opportunities for the grown-up woman, actually, our moniker is skincare for grown-ups, because the word menopause gives a little cause for pause for women. And so we trademarked skincare for grown-ups, and it gives people a smile on their face.
It does. I love it.
Yeah, I think that, one of the things that we've been fortunate, we're slow growth in retail. So I'll just take a step back to that question. We have a retailer that is a very clean retailer. It's named ILEA, AILLEA. Catherine has been with us since the very beginning. She has her store has the designation as being cleaner than Credo by Goop. And so she really vets her ingredients, the types of products she puts on our shelves. And we've loved being a part of that. But also in the beginning, KatieCouric.com was one of our key partners, and we're a part of Caire Beauty shops. So there's these .coms and these retailers who kind of get who we are. And now what has happened is we've launched into a 10-door retailer in Texas called Central Market, which is sort of a more evolved.
Very familiar with Central Market.
Oh,
I lived in Texas. We
So
love
did
a Central Market HEB moment.
Yes, we do. Yep.
Exactly. So that's a store where we see our product is moving. We've recently launched, and we're really happy to see that customer is finding us. And the next big step really will be launching into QVC this summer. We've been recently invited And
Amazing.
Celeste was on air 2 years ago with the Cosmetic Executive Women show that we did called Beauty and Benefits, which benefits their cancer and careers program. Celeste was on for less than 2 minutes and sold out at the last segment of the show. And it was fantastic. And it was, we only sold it in our serum thus far. But that's our next big step. In addition to QVC Italy continuing to grow over there as well. So retail is very limited. We are working to get into more retail, but we have marketplaces such as Nordstrom.com. Amazon is growing. We'll be on the Walmart.coms of the world shortly because these are all important marketplaces to be a part of. And hopefully we'll be on the Ulta marketplaces when they launch.
I love that.
I love
You did talk about pop-ups. We execute pop-ups for a lot of our clients. And whether it's a more of a, they're trying to figure out where they want to do a flagship location or something. But what's the pop-up success look like? And is that something that you guys do often, or have you had success with those?
Oh my gosh, it's exciting.
Let's talk pop-up. Yeah.
Well, we have an amazing relationship with Seneca Women, which is a global platform for women and girls in enhancing leadership, financial stability for women and girls. And as a result of that, we have been a part of the Bank of America marketplace. And Celeste, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, they've been very generous towards us. Whenever Bank of America has a sponsorship, whether it be, for example, the Augusta Women's National PGA, which they just started sponsoring this year, Nantucket Film Festival, or internal events. They own Merrill Lynch, which of course is replete with female women advisors helping women, build their nest eggs. They've been gracious enough to support between around 50 different female-founded smaller brands of all different stripes, and some of them even global. And so what happens is we go to these events, and the pop-up can be 1 day to a week. It's usually 1 or 2 days. And they have been supporting us in introducing, it will be like a showcase of 8 to 10 featured brands. And we have had, can I tell you, unbelievable success. I was at one last year with the Merrill Lynch women, and I literally had a crowd. I felt like some kind of crazy Taylor Swift celebrity. I couldn't even talk to women fast enough. And the thing is, everybody wanted to know what is in Caire that makes us different and why does it matter? And these are very, very valuable questions. And from these events, we have made customers that now come back and buy on cairebeauty.com, and our signature serum is growing by mountains month to month. It's incredible because the serum is a product that's easy to use. It's multifunctional. You can use it on eyes, your face, your neck, really anywhere. You can put it on your hands, your décolletage, and it will work to literally on an immediate level and on a future level. Tomorrow, next week, the next month will help to enrich your skin cell production. It literally is able to tell your own skin to make more collagen, to make more hydration, to glow. In other words, that's what creates glow. Hydration is glow.
They love that story. They love that story. I think that the big chance we had with Bank of America as the pop-up was doing the Bank of America holiday marketplace. So being in Bryant Park, the largest first.
How could I forget? That was amazing.
The largest.
First the luggage wheels, now the park.
Yeah.
Celeste, thank God you have Lorrie to keep you reminding of all the wonder.
That was such an incredible.
It was amazing. Imagine being out at the holiday. We were right by the Christmas tree when the lighting happened that night, the ice skating rink. We had customers coming from all around the world. And literally there's this one woman from Ireland. Every time she comes to the US, no matter what hotel she's at, she orders it and has it shipped to her hotel.
I love that.
And I'm like, and last time, the only reason I know this is because she was like, a package didn't make it this time. And I was like, what? You need to let me know you're coming. I'll make sure it gets to you.
I need to do the plug really quick before we forget. So Celeste and Lorrie have been super generous. And for all the listeners, go to Caire Beauty, again, CAIRE, beauty.com. but use the promo code Sandy20. So SANDY as in Sandy Alexander, Sandy20 to be able to try out these amazing products. So before we get any further, I wanted to make sure that we let the listeners and
wanna get that
viewers
in
know
there,
that
yes.
we
Thank
want
you,
to.
That's
I
Yes.
think people will be very happy. And honestly, I also want to tell your audience, if it's okay, that
Please.
we
Yes.
do guarantee. We're so confident that people will genuinely look and feel and sense the difference in the strength and the health and the wealth of their skin, that we guarantee everything. So if you're not happy for some reason, we're not happy. We're going to make you happy.
Yeah. You can return it and get a full refund. So that's what we're all about.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I have two more questions if you guys have time.
Sure.
So
We do.
we are marketers and we work with brands and marketers all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Lorrie, I know that you were CMO of Boots at one point and you've worked with beauty brands forever. Now you have your own brand and it's to a very specific market. What does marketing for Caire look like in a different light than what you were accustomed to with the big corporate brands that you mentioned before? What does that look like and feel like for you guys?
There's marketing has transitioned. So there's the traditional marketing framework of the 4 Ps, which is no longer what it's the five Ps, 5 Es. It's a different world today, right? The digital relevance has just, created a rocket ship behind marketing, if you understand it. The traditional beauty industry had always been behind when it came to digital. When I was at Coty, we would create a website to look beautiful. Same thing happened with Lorrie, et cetera. You only created the website to look beautiful. You didn't want to sell anything because you didn't want to compete against your department stores. Today, where brands make money is online and through Amazon and these marketplaces. You can still make money through retailers, but you have to have enough of a digital footprint to do that. You have to have a footprint of SEO. You have to have the footprint of social media, and all of the digital levers, like email for us is incredible, right? We talk about retention, our subscription programs, how we reward those subscribers. These are all levers that you had in a world of print that was direct mail, which still works, right? And I believe you guys do some direct mail, right?
We do.
So
Yes, we do.
these are levers that still work at that level with certain consumers if you can afford to get into their post box. Like I would love to be able to do something with Central Market, very local, inexpensively, a postcard to drive traffic into that store. Because now that I see there's movement, that means that there are people who are interested. We just have to find ways and levers to do that. So there's
Lorrie, we'll
old-fashioned
talk after
marketing
this and I'll
levers.
help you with that direct mail project. I wouldn't be a salesperson if I didn't buy all over
It's
that.
getting more and more expensive every day. Is it still
I
is it
know.
still
I
doing
know.
it?
Yeah. So, these are those things, but getting out there, being invited to these pop-ups, showing up at our retailers, those are the ways you get people to truly believe in you. And that level of marketing is still the same to encourage word of mouth, but it's changed with the whole digital shift. And it's only going to change further with AI. And we use AI every day, or I do, from a marketing standpoint, whether it's
Same.
analysis or it's social media, or it's just meta advertising and analysis to improve. It's just so rich if you know how to use AI as an intelligence. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it as a tool. And I believe that those marketers who know how to trigger the intelligence will be ahead of the game in terms of how consumers react to them. Because inherently, and you brought this up before, that emotional connection is still very important. And there's no way that AI is emotional.
Yeah.
Right.
We talk about every Colorbar, there's been an AI conversation, and we always come back to it's such an amazing tool. It's going to project us into a totally different, just like the internet did. We keep
Right.
talking about that as a comparison. But we
Yeah.
always come back to you still have to be authentic. You still have to humanize that communication. You still have to have that emotional connection, and be genuine and have that, the integrity part of the I.
Because that's what connects
The
people.
imagination of the I that and all of those things still have to play a part. But it is a game changer.
Absolutely, because the human connection is so important, right? The psychology behind that. And people still want to believe in their brands, their food brands, their beauty brands, their home brands. They want to still believe in them. Not everyone wants something that's generic. There's a noticeable difference in what brands are. I do believe. I mean, look at the story of Oreos.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, if I go get a sandwich cream cookie from my private label brand, it doesn't taste like an Oreo.
Right.
That's right.
Correct.
That's right. And I love being Oreo.
Because it's not. And
Yeah.
and it's the same thing as with Girl Scout Thin Mints. I don't care what anybody tries to replicate, So skincare is the same.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So we want to be cognizant of your time, but I want you guys to have an opportunity to, one thing that as women of our age and entrepreneurs, like
Yes.
what are those final thoughts as you guys are still on this journey, but have taken the leap and have gone there? What are some things that you've learned, and what are you still hoping to learn and share with the rest of us?
I think that we're always learning. I will say that every day, every week, every month. But I think that one of the great things about being an entrepreneur is that, there's a lot of opportunity in the world. And I really hope that women aren't afraid to try different things, because even though it does seem sometimes that it's hard to go up against the big wheels at play, there is opportunity for everybody out there to coexist together and to learn from each other, I would argue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. We play nice in the sandbox with all of what we might consider to be competition in this space. Some of them come in and they sponsor our Marvelous Mrs. Menopause event. I think that is a lesson for how we as women and we as people should behave in terms of collaboration, being positive. I think that, for me, being an entrepreneur is one of my deepest joys. I love doing it. Creating brands, I loved doing it. And what this is about standing up for who I am as a person, who we are as people. And I'm not going to, as I was in most of my corporate career, be bullied anymore. And so this is about taking a stand for my beliefs and being an entrepreneur and knowing that it's hard, it's just as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it's more joyous than I thought it was going to be.
It's the joy and the reward,
Yeah.
especially when you're as passionate.
Yeah.
The passion and the connection that you guys have. The knowledge and everything is amazing, but the passion and just hearing the joy and the two of you talk about what you've created, and even this like lifestyle and this community that you're creating, that these products are a part of. But in my little pea brain, just from this conversation, I'm like, it is so much more. It is so much more than this. I mean, that was like the launching point, and I think it's fantastic. But just the conversation in the community and the lifestyle that this brand really represents for women, and that being innovative and being independent, and just go be a rock star at any age.
Yeah, and inspiring. We'll just use we'll use all the eyes. Inspiring.
Inspired. Yeah.
Well, I can
Yes.
tell you that this conversation has brought me joy. So
It's brought me joy too.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
I
thank
love
you
it.
all.
So nice.
Well,
Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing us to be in the car.
Hey, listen, this is part of the female journey, right? Like you're being an
off of a
Uber driver
plane.
and a founder of a business and doing all the things. So no, these are our lives. So
Yes.
I love that we're living them genuinely. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, ladies, hopefully we will get to see you again on Colorbar. Hopefully I
Yes.
will see you in New York for one of the events
Yes.
coming up
We'd
and
love
get to
that.
get to hug
We
your
would love
necks
that.
and
Yes.
say hello in person. Have a
we would love
wonderful
That would be
rest
great.
of the week. Thank you so much.
Thank
We'll see you
too.
soon.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So everybody go to cairebeauty.com. Remember to use the code Sandy20 and get your promotional discount and get some of this beauty on you.
Get some of this
Get some of
beauty.
this beauty on you.
Absorb
love
that
it.
beauty and glow.
That's right.
I like it. Glow and go. I like it.
All right. Until next time, thanks for joining Color Bar.
Bar.
Bye-bye.
Bye.